Well put, Jeremy, and well put, everybody. Just wonderful to hear everybody's introductions and see all of you. I regret we can't be in person, so sorry for the awkwardness of Zoom. We will do our best to make it even more awkward tonight if you want. At 5:30, we will have a virtual happy hour on this same boring thing here. But for now, what I wanted to do is two things. Let me just share this. A bunch of you are going to get tired of some of the same old visuals and slides because you've seen them 100 times. But we need to spend some time getting on the same page and not just necessarily going along for the ride, saying, hey, that's not right, or we've missed something there, or have you considered this? And so this group, I think collectively, there's a lot of stuff we can share with each other. And I want to pick up on something that Colin, put pretty eloquently, and thinking about what we're doing here. We are not trying to invent anything. And these ideas have been around for, a long time. I would say at best, we're attempting to distill some ideas down. What we are, I would argue, though, interested in collectively is the innovation side of this. And so, I mean, Steve Jobs, you could, call a lot of things, arrogant comes to mind, a bunch of other things, but he did have, moments of brilliance. And this, those who are crazy enough to think they can change the world usually do. And I like the sort of sentiment of innovation being something that is getting these concepts and these ideas out into, and Scott was picking up on this, out into a lot of other people's hands. And to do some of that, I think we're going to have to let go of some of the details. I think we're going to have to get comfortable with, what's a good enough approximation, and lean into, I think Colin was sort of implying sort of the wisdom of nature. That's where we're sort of coming from, I think, on a lot of this stuff. And I'm going to jump ahead a couple slides here, so just bear with me for 1 second. And actually, before I do that, I wanted to ask, are there questions before we jump into getting on the same page of, first off, what's a riverscape? Secondly, what are some ways we might, look at principles of riverscape health? But are there any questions or concerns about what was conveyed here for what we're trying to do? I don't get what you mean by a framework. What is this health manuscript supposed to be on? I'm confused on the difference between protocol and framework. So I just want to pause and see if there's any questions at this point there.
Joe, one logistics thing, we are keeping this pretty informal, but yeah, with 30 some people here, can you tell us where the raise hand feature should be in Zoom? I can't seem to see it, but that might make it easier if we do have multiple people trying to chime in.
Yeah, usually it's on the, you might have to move your thing around and hit more on the bottom of your screen.
It's a button called reactions with a smiley face.
There it is. Thank you, sir. At the bottom, your reaction smiley face has got the raise hand. If you all hit that, I will try to make sure I'm watching for that, so we don't talk over one another.
So I'm taking this is clear as mud. We're good. Oh, Colin and Wally have questions, it looks like.
Yeah, Joe, I just think it might be, at some point, it might just be, instead of assuming people are on the same page, maybe just giving people the background of what we mean by riverscape and those type of things, I think is useful.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going to go next. I've got those slides sort of queued up, at least what we mean by that, and see if the group's comfortable with it, et cetera, and then move into principles. So great suggestion. Before we jump there, wanted to make sure, see if anybody had confusion about what we're trying to get out of this. Colin?
Well, mine was exactly the same point. I've been reviewing some stuff for the Upper Columbia River technical team, restoration technical team, and they're quoting Riverscapes back to some 2013, 2016 papers, which are clearly a different route to yours. And once again, I'm always aware of not treading on the heads of other people, but standing on their shoulders. And it'd be good to have a look at those, and if they stand up, then acknowledge them in our use of Riverscapes, which based on what I've read goes way beyond the Riverscape concept that was kicking around 8 or 10 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So let's go there. Hold on a second here.